Aloha everyone, welcome to a little video on drawing shapes here. Number one, if you don't want to draw them, you can always just download them online. Where are we here? So I just search cylinder. I'm on my images. Some of these I like better than others. This one I like better. I don't like these ones with the big tops. This one, they don't look great to me. I do like this one. But you can always just copy one of these. This has got diameter and height, but you need to put the diameter and height in there. Here's one I like. I would copy the image. Then you can go to your page, paste it, adjust the sides. I like to go, this doesn't seem to have a little, there we go. Go on the little corner where it's diagonal, and that'll increase it and decrease it proportionally. If you hold the shift key down when you do that, changes, it'll do that too. It's got to be in that little diagonal there. That'll increase it. One way to do it, cut and paste. And then you can put your dimensions on. So these little, whoops, wrong color there. I need to switch my background here. Put these little lines in there. They don't actually touch the shape. Notice there's a little space there. There's a little space there. They get close to the shape where you're showing the distance. They don't touch it. And then I could put my units in there like that. Do the same for my diameter up here. I could have done the diameter down here also. I could put them there. There we go. That doesn't look really good. And there we go. There's our cylinder. But we'll get over drawing one of these here in a little bit. Cut and paste. Sphere. So draw a circle. And there are, depending on the program you're using, there are, you can get shapes in there. There we are, shapes, circles. There's little techniques to doing that. So I do it like that. I get a little oval. If I hold the shift key down when I put that in, if I hold the shift key, it stays proportional. It'll give me the circle. That's if I'm holding the shift key on that. So you can get your shape in like that. That would be one way. And then we've got to make it look 3D. And that's just on our diameter here, something like this. And you don't have to put in the dashed line, but something like that right there. Fully by hand, you're just drawing your circle as best you can. You can use a compass to do this if you really want a nice one. And then getting that in. You can see it's not perfect on there. Whoops. This one doesn't look that good right in there. Too much. And that's a little lesson there too. Don't be afraid to do it in pencil. Don't be afraid to retry it. I do these things tons of times all the time. That's a sphere. Cylinder is similar to a sphere. We've got that circular component to it. I'm going to use this part of those on there pretty much. that top and the bottom, like a little flatter look than what they showed in some of those on the thing. So just get that little disc shape there. Not that great. Now, you know, sometimes I'll just draw it almost like the eye. It doesn't have to be perfect on there. They show a little bit more rounding on here. Hey, that's fine. It doesn't look bad this way. Now it'll come down. And one of the things drawing helps you with, you got to think, okay, those sides are parallel. Now they got to be equidistant. Now I'm going to get that same shape down here on the bottom. That's good. If you want to make it look a little more three-dimensional, you can put your hidden lines in. Remember that dotted one is the hidden line. You want this and this to look the same as much as possible on there. Oh, and I forgot to do on this first one on the sphere. Put your diameter on there. So you could do something like this. Let's go back to white for this one. Coming down here. Coming down from down here. I got a diameter of 14.7 meters. And I put it in there. You know, I could have also put it on the side a little bit more. That's really your choice. Coming out from there. Coming out from there. Remember, those lines don't actually touch the shape. They get real close to it. Show you where I'm going. And then I got 13.1 inches on there. You saw us do this earlier. I can just put my height right there, whatever that happens to be, 17. You don't really have to show this line on there. You can if you want, just along that edge tells us that. This one, we kind of do need it down here. We're not going along a straight line, we're just going across this diameter. Ignore the fact I got these in different colors. And let's give myself a little more writing room in here. And I got 14.1 km. km. This is the world's biggest cylinder. Let's make this all white. Okay, again, get that top in there. Parallel and congruent, parallel and congruent. That wasn't really good. Duplicate the shape of the top. Put your hidden line in if you want. And then you've got 12 feet. 4.1 feet. There you go. There are other ways to draw these, I'm sure, too. I'm just showing you the methods I learned with a cone. So again, we're going to start off really with this, this shape down here at the bottom of the cone. And then we're just drawing it to the top like this, basically. Just to draw it right in there. See what you're doing. Okay. So I'll come down here, I'll draw my base, that little circular disc. I can see that front edge. That back edge is hidden. Then I'll pick out my point for the vertex up here. I'll draw down to the side. I'll draw down to the side. And I got my cone. I missed a little bit there. I can clean that up if I want. So let's just try that again. I don't know what happened to that other one. And we got it right there. Again, I can show my diameter on here. 3.5 yards. And I can show my height over here. Yeah, let's do 7.7 yards. You know, we could put a height in the center, but I asked for stuff on the outside. These would be hidden lines. We would show the right angle in there. This would also be 7.7 yards. I won't argue if you put those in there, you don't have to. It's not required. I like the way it looks here though. So again, disc for your bottom. Hidden area in the back. Vertex point. Draw on the sides. Draw on the sides. If you want to put a height in the center here, you can do your little dashed line right into the center there. Then a little radius. Again, I got 114 millimeters. And then we got over here, we got 271 millimeters. Don't worry if it's not right to scale. Running short on time, rectangular prism here. I draw the face, the front face of it first. Again, you're doing the properties. You got a rectangle here. Parallel sides here and here. I should say parallel and congruent. Parallel and congruent on all those, but you should know that. Now here's a little trick here. We got more parallel sides. Parallel and congruent coming out. Parallel and congruent coming out. That one's not quite parallel. And then just connect the back points. If you got to make some adjustments, you make some adjustments. There's your thing. Get your length, your depth, and your height. You can just put the dimensions on those right there. That's 6 inches, 3 inches, 1 inch. Again, if you want to put the hidden lines, you can. Again, we got a parallel and congruent coming out of there. Everything should be parallel. It gets a little harder to draw those in. You can see me going kind of haywire on it there. But you're not required to draw those hidden lines. Again, front face. Opposite sides, parallel and congruent. Now you got parallel and congruent, parallel and congruent, parallel and congruent coming out of there. Connect those back corners, you got your shape. Again, you can get your hidden lines in there if you want to. Complete that in there a little bit more. 4.1 centimeters, 4.1 centimeters. We got us a square base. 8.8 centimeters for our height. So for the prism, I start with this bottom piece. Again, I get the vertex angle, and then I'm just drawing in segments to those corners really there. That's it within the other shape. I gotta go quick here, I'm running out of time. So this is like a parallelogram. The front piece that I can see. Okay, parallel and congruent. Parallel and congruent, but they're hidden lines. I put my vertex angle up there. To the side, I can see these edges, so they're solid lines. This one's in the back, so it's a hidden line there. Okay, it's a square, so all I need to do is put my 5 right there. I don't have to put it there, it's a square base. I can show my height over here. .1 inches or whatever it happens to be, inches. Again, parallelogram, hidden, congruent and parallel, hidden and congruent and parallel. Get your vertex angle to the sides. I think I'm out of time.